Hi, everyone. We're live on my Animal Communication Insights page, and I'd like to welcome Becky, Cheri, Emily, Piedad, Verena, and Yazmin to join me. So I'm just waiting for them to come on. Hey, good to see you all. And I'm so excited to be sharing this space with every single one of you. And I'm so proud. And this is why I'm doing a Facebook Live, because we have been working so closely the last 3 months. And we've all come together to a place whereby we feel so passionate and we feel that we really need to share what we are able to do to help animals and to help humans. And one of the things that I love is collaboration. I love that we can turn to each other when we need help with our own animal communication journey. I love that we respect each other's different styles. We have watched each other grow and develop. We have set challenges, or I've set challenges for you, you've risen to it, and you've excelled. And, I know that 3 months ago, perhaps, a few of you may not have thought you would come to the point that, you're at. And one of the things that we find that we might be a little kind of reserved initially in our journey as animal communicators is actually to declare that this is what we do. But far more than that is actually to say in a very kind of tangible way who we want to help, how we actually help, why we do what we do, and when were we going to do it? That was the key, when. And so for those of you who are tuning in live, thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who want to watch the replay, it'd be great if you want to do #replay. If you love animal communication, if you yourself are already an animal communicator, or you yourself are looking to develop your confidence or your skill, please watch this, please share it to your friends, because what I have here is a group of amazing communicators who have really dared to step up in what they've already known for so long, that this is what they want to do. And it just finding a way to do it. And it was finding a way that was aligned with who they are. And I'm so proud of every single one of you, because you can, if I said to you, so what do you do and how do you do it? You now can say it without going, oh, well, it's this, it's that. It's, oh, I'm not sure what it is. And it's the clarity. And I think that's what we really got in the last 3 months. It's just the clarity of how can we get our message so that people understand what we do, taking the mystery out of animal communication and yet retain the magic of it. So I would love for each and every one of you to share with, people who are watching, who are tuning in, your who, your how, your why, and your when. And let's make it accessible to everybody. So shall we start with you, Becky?
Sorry, I had to mute then because I had dogs trying to climb on top of me. I was trying to push them down and stop them getting in the frame. So for me, I want to help dogs with behavioural issues. I'm Becky. I come from Essex and I run a business called Therapy for Dogs, where I use various different techniques to help with dogs' behavioural issues, bit like you would if you went for a therapy session. But for me, the animal communication was always missing, because although I could go and work with the dogs and do other things with the dogs, I wanted to know when I went into a consult what was happening from the dog's point of view. So I didn't want to just go listen to the owner and guess what the dog was thinking and guess what the dog how the dog felt in that situation. I wanted to know 100%. And for me, the last 3 months have been a massive eye-opener. When I started, I didn't have a clue, really. I had all these blocks. I was crying my eyes out because I couldn't do it. I didn't ever think I'd be talking to animals and communicating the way I have. But yeah, now it's pretty much my go-to tool, I think. The last 4 therapy sessions I've done, I've started with animal communication, which is my dream. That's what I want to do. I want to ask them, you know, how do you feel? What's happening for you? So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, Becky. And those who know you, you know, your friends, your colleagues, you know, have been telling you for so long, you are already communicating with your animals.
Yeah.
You know, they've been saying that. But actually, it was, like you say, just experiencing it yourself. And once you believe it, it happens naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it wasn't so much the belief, it was my expectations. I think we've gone through this before, because I expected to sort of sit down with an animal and have a conversation like me and you are now. And the fact that that wasn't happening was a major frustration for me, because I just thought, well, what aren't I getting? What aren't I doing? You know, why are they not talking to me? And obviously then you came along and you showed me that actually I'm getting the feelings, I'm getting the images, I'm getting the smells and all these different things. I was just looking for words. I was just looking for it to be a conversation in my head. So for me, it wasn't so much the belief, it was the expectations that needed managing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, you're offering that service now, Becky.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It is my main, everything now starts with it. When I speak to people, when they ring me up and say, can you help? The first thing I do now is booking an animal communication consult, purely because then I know what the owner's thinking and how the dog feels about it as well. So that helps me then go further and go, well, actually, yes, we now need to do this, or actually, we just need to change this tiny little thing, and that'll fix it. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's really helped.
oh, thank you, Becky, for sharing that.
No problem. Thank you.
And Cheri, let's hear your who, how, why, and when.
Hi everyone, my name is Cheri Michelle Hayashi. I'm a pet medium who helps grieving people heal and find peace after the passing of their pet. I'm an animal communicator, an energy healer, and intuitive reader. I have a business page under Cheri Michelle Intuitive and a Facebook group called Shine Your Light with Cheri Hayashi. How did I get into animal communication? It's the funniest thing because I didn't realize that my entire life I had been communicating with my own pets. And I had some issues with my dog who was elderly at the time, and I requested the help of an animal communicator, and she just made an offhand comment, say, hey, you can talk to your animals too. And I thought, what? And she says, yeah, I have this class going on. And I said, okay, it's like, really, can I really do it? And I joined the class, and then a lot of things were coming back to me. It's like, wow, I had been speaking with my pets. I just thought I was reading their body language, or I could speak dog language, and no, we were actually communicating. And so I thought, yeah, this is what I really want to do. I love animals so much, and how can I help other people? And after studying with various animal communicators and taking so many different classes, I found out I've kind of developed my way of doing things. I'm very empathic. I tune into the feelings, and the animals talk to me. I'm clairaudient, which means I can hear the animals as if they're speaking to me. They send me images and pictures. And so everybody can do it. This is just a skill that you can develop because we all have the ability within us. And I gradually moved into healing. I really would like people who have lost their pets to heal and find peace. And if I can help them come to terms with the loss and the choices that they have had to make, you know, in the final days, or the decisions that they had to make for their pet. That's exactly what I would like to do. So I'm very grateful for this journey I am on, and I'm continuing learning by my consultations and through the people who put their trust into me.
Oh, wonderful, Cheri. And where are you located, Cheri?
Yeah, I am from Portland, Oregon in the States, but I've been living in Japan for more than 30 years.
Wow. Well, it's been amazing to see how you've really been spreading, you know, the work that you do, the way that you nurture your members in your group, you know, the amount of care you give to every single consultation that you give. And yeah, and you really know how an animal and a person really feels. You are a very, very strong empath. So your work is very much needed. So
Yeah,
wonderful to
thank
hear.
you.
Yay.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Cheri.
I'm very happy to be here.
Yay. Emily M.
My goal is to help people and animals develop a stronger relationship, but also to create healing. When we heal ourselves, oftentimes we heal our animals and vice versa. So my goal is to be the voice, the middle, the in-between, so that clarity can come in situations, and we have a deeper understanding of what our animals are experiencing, feeling, thinking, because sometimes it can be completely different to what we perceive. So getting clarity between all parties. So I see myself as a bridge. So I'm a bridge in between. I am found I have a Facebook page called A Ripple in a Mirror. I'm from Victoria in Australia, so yay, yeah. And how my process works, I connect telepathically and receive things through the form of images, words, tastes, smell, feeling, emotion, just a sense of knowing. So as I connect to the animal, any of these kind of things can come up depending on how the animal wishes to express itself through me. But yeah, just really, really trying to bring a togetherness, and I think that's my goal, for us to have a little bit more of an understanding of the sentient beings that animals are, brings more of a oneness, and brings us closer together. So yeah.
Yes, and I know you love, you know, working deeply, and to take the animal and the person through a journey. So it's you know, as much as you will help with, you know, resolving or looking at issues that are happening, what we call on the surface level, you also love really working to get to the cause, you know, to like, where did this originate from? And you know, what you're seeing isn't really what it is. You need to go deeper, you need to work layers. And what you do now is you take your animal and the person through a journey, so they may see you twice, three times, you know, and each time it really uncovers what's going on, and you help their relationship to become stronger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're a fab storyteller. Because you have so many animal stories. It's incredible. And we really get something out of your, you know, naturalness when you, because these stories are so real, they're so fresh because the animals bring them to you. So yeah, I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you tell a story now, but we look forward to more stories, please, from you, Em.
No, and it's been great learning, and you know, I think that's the biggest thing I've realized. You don't stop learning, you just expand. You expand into more, and it's so exciting, and I really appreciate the time spent with everyone here, and it's been a wonderful journey, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Em. Piedad.
Hey, yes, I'm Piedad. I live on the north coast of Spain. I am an animal communicator and charity fundraiser. I really want to help and give a voice to all kinds of animals, alive or in spirit. And I would like also to help to build a strong relationship, a better relationship between the animal companions and their persons. I also try to help other communicators in their journey. I offer free mentoring sessions because I've been there, and I know that at the beginning it's always hard to believe in yourself. So this is why I also do that. I, in exchange of a donation for a charity, the charity where my dear dog was when before our paths met, and I'm very proud of that. I receive information in different ways. I receive images. I also have words. I have conversations with them. I also get physical sensations like itchiness or weird feelings in my mouth, and also emotions. Um, I want to do it because I love animals and they have been hurt for so long. Fortunately, things are changing. We are the proof of that, that every day more and more people want to do this because uh, every sentient being has the right to be heard. So I'm very passionate. I've been so happy to be here with you. These 3 months have been awesome. I really stepped out. I'm proud of saying I'm an animal communicator. That's it.
Oh, wow. That's so fantastic. And, you know, you're such an inspiration to all of us, Piedad. The fact that, you know, you just threw yourself into it. I think you are just the best example of what happens when you trust, when you have no fear of failure, when you have no fear of rejection. It's very unique. Yeah, that is very unique. That she has no fear of that. And as a result, your learning sped up like super fast because it's our blocks, it's our fear, it's our doubt, it's the fact that we criticize ourselves. You know, that's what that at the end of the day is what slows us down. Not because we can't do it, not because the animal doesn't want to talk to us or seek our help. It's because, you know, we really do get stuck that way.
My oh, I kind of got stuck. It's not only me that has arrived here. You have helped me so much, all of you. So I'm so grateful. It's been wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
I'm back. Did you notice that I was talking about blocks and being stuck, and then my internet froze, and I thought that was really like really quite apt. So thank you for stepping in. So yes, that's right. We were just saying, you know, Piedad, you just shows, you know, you really are someone that's just trusted, and it's to do with how you've worked already to that point, because you know, you already understood about energy work, you really understood about self-care, you knew about trusting, intuition, and that just brought you to this place where animal communication suddenly was, you know, introduced to you. And no wonder it felt like an easy door to go through. And that really, really is key, because so often we think we can't do it, but that's because we haven't really made ourselves familiar with our intuitive self. And in many ways, you know, our love for animal communication and wanting to do this work requires for us to start that journey or to continue with that journey. I know that that's for sure for me, that I've become more intuitive, more connected with myself, you know, looking after myself better, have better relationships with animals and other people, because wanting to have this clear channel that I can be, you know, able to give and receive information with animals is, to coin it, made me a better person. So Yeah, so Piedad, you certainly showed us that for sure, and I'm sure you will continue to. It's wonderful that you're teaching others as well.
Thank you. Supporting. I wouldn't say teaching. Supporting. Thank
I
you.
have ideas. Anyway. Oh, and you, Verena?
Hi, everyone. So I am supporting people who have animals in their lives or who just who just love animals, who love nature, who love the outdoors. And yeah, my name is Verena and I am located in Germany. Um, so I came to animal communication already quite a while ago. And a few years actually. And what I find so fascinating is how it has developed, especially in the last year, well, in the last few months since I really worked closer with you, Joanne. And it's it evolved to something that I call transformative interspecies and nature communication. So how it works for me is um, I am connected telepathic or connecting telepathically with the animal and their person, and then I'm getting like energy packages, and for me it's like I'm unwrapping these energy packages, and sometimes I get images as well, or also words, and it's like holistic view that I get from what's going on for the animal in their lives and how they are connected with their people. And so this is really really fascinating because it feels like I'm going step by step by step and see yeah, like the animal takes me on a journey, so to speak. And for me, what is really important is to give the animal and the people, to help them to have a better life experience, and a better life experience for every one of us. So it's not like we are these single spots somewhere, but we are always connected. And for me, it's important that I can help people to understand and to get an experience of this connection, and that they themselves, that they can also communicate with their own animals, as well as with nature, as with everything. And so I also like to talk it about the magic space, because this, when we look at it, our lives are really magical, when we just see, okay, how is it that we are alive? We can really, just by stopping and looking around us, we can be in awe. We just often forget about that in our everyday lives because we are so busy doing stuff. And if we have an animal in our lives, this is really, for us, it's I think sometimes easier to get this, to get a connection back again to the, or to feel this, to get an experiential an experience of this connection when we look at our dogs, when they are exuberant and running around and having fun. And also for people who don't have animals in their lives, it's possible to get this experience of the magic space again, because we were so closely connected to it when we were kids, for example. And when, in my experience, when we wake up to this magic space again and again and again, it just makes for a more enjoyable life experience for ourselves, for the animals in our lives, for everyone around us. And that's what I want to support people to get this experience more often in their lives.
Oh, beautiful. We could listen to you for hours, Verena.
Thank you.
Already feels hypnotized by Verena because I was like, ooh. And you know, Verena, with you, I mean, my goodness, did you think this is where, you would be in terms of your clarity and how you'll be helping? Because again, you are proof that it's about what we want to offer and how we want to help and the work we want to do. When it's so aligned with us, it flows, it's natural. Because you
Yeah.
had to go through quite a few kind of like bumps and humps and kind of sticky, kind of, oh, this is what I want to do, but it just didn't feel so right. And
Mhm.
you kind of wanted to analyze everything because why didn't that work smoothly? You then wanted the process of, right, if I did this, step one, step two, step three, then surely it would flow. But
Mhm.
actually it wasn't flowing because it did, yeah, it couldn't flow at the time, and it was fine it didn't flow because they were all almost like separate entities. And
Mm.
then you suddenly found that there was this one aspect, this magic space, we all love saying that now, that kind of helped all of that to gel together. And the moment that that happened, it was like, it's like the river flowed, the river is
Mm.
flowing. And that must feel good.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. And definitely I didn't know that I would end up, well, I'm not ending up because I'm a work in progress, but that I would come to this place, you know? I had no idea. And just like you said, when I realized, okay, it's about transformation. It's about communicating with animals and with nature and with everything, and of course with people, then that was like, wow, yeah, it's magical. And I love to share that.
Yes, and for those of you who are watching and us here as well, especially within the group, we have watched Verena struggle, and you've been so honest and so brave to be vulnerable about sharing your struggles. Um, and what you've taught us as well is, if you're feeling that you're not getting anywhere with your animal communication journey, if you feel as if why are you hitting blocks, or it's very much about just understanding that it's not because you can't do it. You're looking, you're exploring to find your path, your style, as I like to
Yeah,
call it,
yeah.
the way that you want to work. So you know do the who do you want to serve, how do you want to do it, why do you want to do it, and when. Somehow asking those questions, and we know we're going to be asking that question often, often, because we evolved and we haven't stopped. So I
Yeah.
believe that we once you start asking that, and for Verena, she had to ask it many, many, many times, and you wouldn't think
Mm.
it listening to her just a few moments ago, that she had the struggle. So let Verena be an inspiration to any of you who feel as if you're struggling, who's watching this.
Mm. Yeah. And
You know?
also one thing I would like to add is, because I love to analyze everything, as you just said, and I was sitting down, so who is my who, and why and how, and I'm just getting somewhere to a point, because it's really about the experience and letting life teach me to find out what wants to come from inside. And it's not from up here, but it's from our hearts. And this is something that we experience in our lives. And then I love all these words that you said, exploring, discovering, and then we find the words to it. We are doing it, and then we find the words later on.
Yes.
And that's just what I wanted to share as well.
So right, all of you, every single one of us had to do it. There was no excuse. We could spend all the time doing the theory. We can do all the kind of, like, say, learning the process and how you're supposed to do it, read books, but in the end we have to throw ourselves into it. And
Yeah.
then it's when we throw ourselves in it, we might stumble, we might feel clumsy, but it's in the doing that we start to discover what we don't want, what we love, what really excites us, what isn't us, and also it stops us from comparing ourselves with other people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you,
Mm.
Verena, that was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And Yazmin.
Hello. My focus as an animal communicator is with domestic animals, so people that are living in the house with animals and horses as well. And I just want to be able to get them a better relationship together on a deeper understanding. My name is Yazmin and I am from the UK in Devon. And when learning about animal communication, I realised I've been doing it all my life, and I've just had to remind myself about how that it's not made up, that it is all real, and I had to kind of open up the doors again and go back to my childlike state. And there's so many energy shifts, and I've noticed that in helping animals through communication. It's just all about the energy shift, and that alone just helps improve everything so much. And I came from a dog training background, and I didn't have to, but I felt like I was in a loop or like a battle with people and the dogs, and I wasn't really getting through, and we were trying to fix things that don't really need to be fixed. It was literally just an energy shift, a change of perception from the owner or the guardian and the animal, and that just neutralized everything so then they could grow again. And it's been really good journey for me to get a better relationship with myself and to connect with other people. I always had a connection problem, I suppose, and learning with Joanne's group and how to reconnect again has just opened up so many doors for me in other areas in my life as well. And I've still got a lot to learn, and I think I always will be learning. And I just want to bring this connection that I've deeply feel now with people's animals and their people. So yeah.
Oh, thank you, Becky. And what I really admire and respect, about you, Yazmin, is you have a lot of responsibilities. You're a busy person, but your passion and your desire, to be a part of helping animals and humans, you create time for this. You do. You just make sure that you are disciplined with it, and it's not like you are strict with it in the sense that I have to do this, but the fact that it's so important to you, the fact that you love it so much as well, and that you do actually find that it's a piece of you that you can recover because you give so much of yourself, to others. That when you communicate with animals, I remember you saying to me, I don't just like give to them, I'm actually receiving from them as well, and your place of sanctuary when you're communicating with them.
Yeah, and I have a little 2-year-old, and she's showing me as well that she can just do that straight away as soon as I start talking to her about, oh, what's the dog saying, and she'll like say something to me, and then I check in, and then I'm like, oh yeah, so we're all like, you can do it from day one.
Wow. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Imagine every single one of us and everyone out there to have that childhood that Yazmin is gifting her daughter, that you and your daughter, are communicating with animals, and how she will never ever doubt that, how she will never ever think she's made it up. Woo!
Yeah.
What a world we will live in to have that upbringing. So Yazmin, my goodness me. And yeah, I've watched you develop your style in a sense that you explored relaying the communication initially by transcripts or by email and by writing. Then you went into audio, and you found that with audio you could actually be more emotional about it. You could share more. You didn't edit as much, when you wrote. And then you went into video, and you did live live video animal communication sessions where you connect with the animal in that moment, instantly, and you're very relaxed with it. You enjoyed it, and no wonder you don't doubt that it's, you know, it's real, because you are connecting with animals live there and then, and you can't you can't deny it when that connection's so strong, and you're also helping the person in that moment to connect with their animal, because it's very much, sometimes what happens is that when we communicate with an animal, the animal's person relies on us to be the one to receive the information and to pass on the message. But actually what we really also want to do is to facilitate the animal and their person to connect, to communicate with each other, because that is really ultimately, you know, the aim, because then their animal will be heard and understood all the time.
And I'd like to add that trust is a massive thing I've learned massively, that you have to keep reminding yourself, you know, your animals are never lying, you're never lying, you know.
Yeah. Oh, how amazing. So,
And Joanne, can I just say also, the animals want this. That's the other thing. I mean, I don't know, obviously Yazmin did a speak session with me and Bo, and he's heard her voice, and look, he's actually climbed onto the top of the sofa as you started to talk. So they actually want this, they want to be involved, and they want this.
that is so true. When I do the video call consults, you know, the animals are usually there by their person's side, and you know, that's such a kind of special reminder, because a lot of the times people seek animal communication because they are at the end of their, you know, tether with things they've been struggling with. So it means their relationship is affected, their animal and their relationship is affected. What we once dreamed of, having a loving, you know, strong relationship where there's harmony and everybody working together, you know, can be very fractious. Can be that you have resentment, anger, frustration, dislike even, then you have guilt. So by the time that they seek an animal communicator, their relationship could be at that point. So to have the animal communicate with them, and for them to experience that communication and feel it, and watch us demonstrate it, really, really does repair and heal relationships. So I shall do mine as well, because I should practice what I preach. I actually had to prepare mine today. So I help animal lovers kickstart their ability to communicate with animals. I do this by boosting their confidence and upscaling their level of competency. So I'm Joanne Yo, and I run a membership and mentoring program called the Animal Communication Confidence Booster. So this program is tailored to members who want to receive continued learning and support so that they can offer their services to the world. And I know every single one of you here, and there are others who are not able to join us today, who are definitely, and you will continue to do what you do because it comes from the heart and it comes from the soul. And there's one thing that we know about ourselves through all of this, is that we are real, we are authentic, and we have the animal's best interests at heart. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm like, oh, you've just declared to the world who you serve, how you do it, why you do it, and when you're doing it. And this is just fabulous. So keep doing that. Thank you to those of you who've joined us and are watching. And if you're watching it on replay, just pop a comment to, you know, let us know how this has helped you, or celebrate with us. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me now. Bye.
Thank you, John. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.